So we should get started fairly promptly. Okay. Hi, I'm Nick Ross from the Help Desk, CTS, and today we're just going to look at the new Gmail inbox interface. We're just going to go through the new features they've added and then a bonus feature that they've created but haven't activated yet. That's actually super interesting. So yeah, it's going to be pretty straightforward, pretty low key. You're probably, I don't know if they forced everyone to move to this format yet. I think if they haven't, they will. So you'll want to familiarize yourself with it. I don't think it's that radically different from what it was. Like, you won't be shocked or confused for the most part, but there are some things that are pretty different as well. So, okay. So off the bat, obviously this is what it looks like just as a base. Okay. You have some more options basically off the bat for how to organize this, and they've given you a lot, so to speak, for a while. But like for instance, see at the top left, you can now basically shrink your side menu to give you more room to see your email. And that's that button at the top left here. Just toggle it. You also, at the top right, if you go up to your settings, it's your gear icon, that hasn't changed. But now you have a new one at the top, display density. Let's choose that. So there's three options. There's this default view, which importantly will show you, they show you in this preview, if there's attachments within a thread, it will give you a little preview of them in default view. That's removed in comfortable view. Here you can see, actually I don't know if any of these had attachments. More radically different is the compact view, which as it implies, makes everything smaller so you can fit more in there. I actually hate this because I don't keep this many emails in my actual inbox anyways. I try not to. But yeah, if you have a lot that you're working through, this is probably what you want to go, what you are going to want to use until you get like caught up to a reasonable amount. I guess I would say that. But otherwise, if you're already kind of at a sane amount of emails, probably you want comfortable, or I even like the default because I like to see, sometimes it's an easy indicator. I think this is why they do this. If I am looking, oh, I'm sorry.
I just had a question. How can you keep the side menu from collapsing? Mine seems to collapse all the time.
Keep it from, like this one?
Yeah, yours is on there, but mine is always getting hidden, and then if I want to, I have to go over there, and then I can't get to send without being really careful about the little slide bar.
Huh. I don't think it's supposed to do that. What browser do you use generally? Do you know?
Chrome.
You're using Chrome. Okay. Yeah, me too. Do you keep a, how do you put it, a screen resolution that's high and gives you a lot of detail, or a screen resolution that's small and makes everything bigger? Because sometimes when people do the second option with bigger, like a smaller screen resolution, it results in behaviors like that.
It seems like the print is pretty small.
Okay.
Maybe I just need to go up to that little 3-bar menu thing.
Yeah, click it.
And click it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I needed to do.
I believe you. I just don't know what might be triggering that, because I just haven't read anything from Google about it auto doing this, I guess, so to speak.
That's all right. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you're fine. That's a good question. Okay. You know what? Actually, another thing, it's always a good idea. Maybe try clearing your cache and cookies and then log in again, see if it changed the behavior. Because stuff like that's randomly screwy like that can happen. You get those backed up. So sincerely, I would try that as well. And Help Desk can help you if you want some assistance doing that.
Because if you've cleared your history for all time very recently, should that fix it?
So it depends, because you can clear your history without clearing your cache and cookies, oddly, but you might have done both. I couldn't tell you without seeing it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Good question though as well. Okay. So yeah, that's the new density view. Again, accessed from display density at the top in the gear icon. All right. So another thing they've done is, you'll notice now when you hover over these different emails, you have an option without even opening or clicking it to do 4 things. You can archive it, and that's no different than the archive that has basically always been Gmail or Linker apps. However, you used to always have to open the message to get these options. You couldn't just hover. And this is really nice for like quickly, like, you know, scan and delete or scan and archive. So of course, that's the next option. You can delete the email. Same as always, just goes to your trash bin. It's not permanent for 30 days. Mark it as read if it is an, let's see, just do this one. Same thing again. I guess I don't know why you want Mark's things read if you haven't read it but also want it. I don't know, but it's there for you. People probably wanted this feature. And then the new one that's actually totally new and never existed before is snooze. So I'm going to click snooze and presented with some options. 6 o'clock tonight, 8 tomorrow, 8 Saturday, or 8 Monday, or pick an exact date and time. So basically what it is it's like, I don't want to see this email right now. This could get very irresponsible, let's be honest. I don't want to see it yet. So yeah, it's a not today Satan option. So let's say later today. But now keep in mind too, if you do it and you say, actually that was super important, I need to address it now whether I'd like to or not, that's fine. It didn't delete it, it didn't actually make it totally disappear. What you would do in your left menu, you'll see now you have a new option, snoozed. You can click that and still access all those emails, and I think you can unsnooze them too. Let's see. Yeah, oh, you have to open it. Okay, so you open it and then just click unsnooze and it sends it right back to where it was, how it was. But you know, it's something that's there. Maybe if you have a kind of, you know, some people have a very busy inbox, gets out of control. That could be one way to help you control it. It's certainly an interesting, very new feature that they've created. Any questions on snoozing? No. Snooze is easy to abuse. Yeah, in many ways. It's just like a real alarm. You know? Okay. Oh yeah, it'll pester you at times. I don't think it's actually doing it with any of these right now. Yeah, what a great feature. If it detects something as important, like for instance, see how it's got that little yellow tag. It's important according to Google's secret Google magic algorithms. But if you don't follow up with someone that's as important as an email for a while, it might actually say like, hey, did you forget to follow up with this person?
Yeah, the nudge.
The nudge. Yeah, they could nudge you. Let me see. You can turn that off though. I feel like I've done that. Show. How can we do that? People like to get rid of these. Oh, yes, there it is. Okay, so go up to, again, your gear icon. This time you're going to your full settings, but it's right in the first general tab. You go down to nudges. Suggest emails to reply to. Emails you might have forgotten to respond to will appear at the top of your inbox. Suggest emails to follow up on. Sent emails you might need to follow up on will appear at the top of your inbox. You can turn these off if you do not want nudges and reminders. So just as important that they've added is, I think, important that you turn that off if you don't want that feature. Yeah. Okay. So actually, we've done a lot of this already. Yes. Another new feature right on the front. On your right-hand side, you'll now see a little calendar icon, little keep icon, which is notes, like a note-taking app, and kind of like Evernote or Notes if you're used to Apple, and then tasks, which is exactly that. Lists of tasks. That's actually not new, but was integrated more with Calendar previously. I think it still is, but they brought it over to your inbox now as well. The ability to make lists of stuff that you need to do that you can check on. And yeah, obviously that's a toggled thing. It tries to stay out of the way. The calendar can be kind of nice if you're, obviously, let's say you're emailing to someone and you're trying to set up a meeting with them. You might want to quickly bring up your calendar and see, when you're busy or whatnot, or even, create an entry, set a slot aside for such a meeting or what have you. Yeah.
I do not have those icons. I basically have from like slide bar over to the left.
Yeah. Do you have the new interface though?
I do. Well, maybe not on this laptop, but
Okay.
I may have it on my desktop.
Because I know I had to activate mine, but like I said, I know they'll definitely make everyone switch. I don't have the exact date.
Yeah, I have Windows 10.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, me too.
for some reason I don't have like the calendar icon, that little yellow box icon.
What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Chrome as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sometimes mine's there and sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it is.
I've never seen that before.
So I don't know if there's a way
Is it
to
add-ons?
when you go to add-ons. That's what I'm wondering. I wonder if you can delete it or not delete it, hide it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Of course, you obviously didn't do this intentionally, anyways, if it is not appearing. Otherwise, you'd understand why it did that, right? Yeah, I'm not seeing it as an option. That's interesting. Yeah, I'd have to take a look at it sometime to see what's going on there, why it's doing that. Okay, but yeah. And there's Keep. I didn't really show that. Or have I ever really used it? But yeah, you can make a note. It's pretty straightforward. It's a note app. You just type one note. Let's see. Test note. Wow. And there it is. If you want to check it, go back to notes. But it's a nice little thing. Again, you might want to make a little list of items you need to do, or note for yourself based, when you're working in your emails. And now you can. Okay. So there's two more things. Good. Some questions. So there's two new. All right, you know what? I've sent emails yesterday to examine some new options here. So this one didn't do it. I'll explain what I mean by what it didn't do. Okay. So high temp account, my bike is leaky. Can you take a look at it? Obviously, this just looks like a regular email, and you can reply to it and stuff. But what I was trying to get it to do, and what it did do when I sent this one. Need report by the end of the day. I'll need that important report on my desk. In order to be a critical deadline, I try to use all the buzzwords to make it seem really important to trigger this, and it worked. Thank goodness. And by this, again, it's prefab responses. They call it AI. I think that's a little pretentious. But it is usually pretty accurate. Like, it fits the context of the email. And this actually originated on mobile as a way, I think, instead of when you're out running around and driving and need to reply to something, it just lets you press the button and automatically write it and send it, so you're not there like trying to write. Or even if you just don't want to take that much time. Yeah, so can you do a thing? Yes, I can. I'm working on it now, or no, I can't. It's pretty straightforward. There's usually just that like three options. I think usually is what it leads to, and there are things like this, like a face on it, stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen that one. They're usually pretty brief, to the point, and kind of objective, I guess. But yeah, it's a super nice feature for when you don't feel the need or want or don't have the time to be writing up these complicated responses to simple emails. You can just click the button. Okay, on mobile it automatically sends it. On here, I guess it still wants you to, probably wants to give you another chance to be like, no, in case you were saying like, no, I won't. You're like, let me change that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that's a feature you may have already seen, but that will come up from time to time that I think can be pretty helpful. Okay, So the last feature I can't show you because it exists but it isn't activated for Google Suite users. I believe general, like regular Gmail account holders already have access to this feature. I think. I should check that out. But anyways, they've made a thing called confidential mode. And what they've basically done is created a way for, and I believe it's limited to when you send an email to another Gmail account only from your Gmail account. You have the ability to set an expiration date on an email. So in other words, like a self-destruct email, like, what's that old cartoon? Inspector Gadget style email. For real though, require a passcode or both. So, not only are obviously well, I'll put it this way, you know where you're sending it to, but they also need to know the secret passcode to get into it. So if someone's in their email, they wouldn't even be able to access this email. It's so secret. Also, and this happens at times, I know, because I work at help desk, I'm not going to name any names, sometimes people send sensitive emails to the wrong person or persons or group. In this case, if you had it password protected, it wouldn't matter because they wouldn't have the secret password and they wouldn't be able to see anything. So it's kind of a really nice feature. Sure.
I'm just questioning how secret is it? I mean, the NSA could read it.
Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, no. Like, yeah, I wouldn't. Well, I guess that's interesting because it's obviously seems to work in some way where Google has an encryption system. It's already encrypted, but within an encryption system within that encryption system for this message, and that's why you have to use 2 Gmail accounts. It's the only way that you can use the key to unlock it.
Secure enough.
Yeah, I imagine if they subpoenaed Google and Google complied, they would give you access. I would go that far at least. You can also prevent forwarding, downloading, copying, and pasting of that message if you want. And you can combine any number of these features. Now, again, you can't actually do it yet. They've created it. I think it's out there for regular Gmail users for now, and they just haven't given it to corporate and education and stuff. Which I can understand. There's probably some people that have hesitations about it as much as it's appealing. But I think it's kind of the coolest thing I've seen in a long time is email, and you should know about it.
Do you know that once somebody unlocks it, is it always unlocked and anyone can look at it later, or does it just lock up again? You have to always put in a pass to get in there.
I think you always have to once you close it and try to reopen it again. It doesn't save that for you, but I'm not entirely sure because I haven't been able to actually use it.
Oh.
Well, I guess I could if I had played around with it in my personal, which now I'm probably going to, so I can test it out. But I believe it would require time. And again, you can even set it a date and time for it to basically self-destruct, which is kind of, I don't know. That's kind of a bit crazy, but yeah.
But then it's hard work because you have to give somebody the password.
Yeah.
You
So
have to plan ahead. It's
yes,
okay.
you have to almost
You're
make
my
a secret club or
Yeah,
society.
you're my secret partner, and on occasion I'll send you a secret.
It's a little goofy, right? Like it is like some kind of 60s spy kids novel and stuff. Harriet Spy.
Let's take a coffee truck and
Yeah. Next, they're gonna have a decoder ring that you scan with your smartphone or something.
It is. It's like Mission Impossible.
Yes.
the old.
But it's really cool. I
We
know
don't
you
want
didn't
to
mention
remember that.
that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's so. Any other questions? We've got 1 minute that we could do more questions. Good time.
Is there a YouTube do-it-yourself help video that can tell you how to organize folders? And when you click on archive, how does it know which folder to put on? Do you just get a menu of folders that you can then put things in?
They're not folders, they're labels because labels can be nested better than folders. But it either archives it into your general all mail, which God bless you if you're sending stuff there because that is the hardest way to get stuff back in my opinion. You can definitely use the search to do that, but man, that is tedious. But what you really want to do is be organized with a trove of labels labels. And you can use multiple. That's another thing. You can't put something in multiple folders. Well, you can nest folders, but you can put multiple labels on a thing and have it be. The metaphor only works so much, right? Because this is digital and it's not bound to like physical object behavior. But yeah, you can put as many labels as you want, and then you can find it within the label on the left of whatever you've attached it to. So if I say Dan and updates, and I go down, it should be in Dan, there it is, and it should be in updates. Where updates? All the way down. Did I pass it?
But of course, it only displays a few labels at a time.
Yeah, to save space, it does that.
Why do they need to save that space? Why can't they give us more room for
Here's-
all the labels?
Here's updates. Because you need space in
For
your
what?
email.
What's down there?
You gotta toggle everything and make it expand and pop, or else you're just wasting all the space.
If I can I disable the chat module?
Yeah.
And make more room for the side menu?
You should be able to. If I click this drop down here, just the chat, should be able to sign out of Hangouts. Yep, right there you go.
Oh, so if I can sign out from
And then it's
Hangouts,
bye-bye.
then I get more room for my menu,
I think it gives you
for my
more room.
side menu.
Yeah, I can sign out.
I'm just having so much trouble with getting to my side, getting my side menu
Oh
to
yeah,
work.
sort of. So you can drop it down. See how I did that? But it
Yeah.
still keeps a piece open that you can't remove. It's like, hey, sign back in.
It wants you to keep that there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
But it gives you another
It
interest.
can mine your data better and it can track you more if you're talking on it too.
By the way, my side panel.
Disable it?
I'm sorry.
The settings won't disable it?
I don't think you can fully remove it.
I don't
Even in
think
settings.
it's a functionality already built in.
Right, because they want you to use it.
By the way, my
You
side
can
panel
monetize
was hidden, so I got those icons now. It's all set.
Oh, cool.
I don't know, it was very tiny little gray arrow. I was like, oh, there it is.
And the slider
'Cause I
on
like
the,
having the calendar with the email. It's kind of cool. So I like to
Yeah.
set book appointments or whatever.
it is,
That's
it's nice.
Absolutely nice.
On the left menu, the slider bar is tiny. And I find it on
Oh, this one?
my laptop at work, it's just almost impossible. That
Yeah.
one, right there. The
It's like
one
that on mine too, because I have a lot of labels, so it's smaller. You probably do too.
And it's just annoying.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, is there some way to make the navigation of the side menu?
You
Oh,
can
no.
nest your labels within labels, so then you can drop them down and then have
Ah,
less of a bar, but then you have to remember what you've nested the labels under
Right.
and use the drop down feature. So, yeah.
thanks.
Like Complexes folders.
It's
Thank
almost
you very
like-
much.
It's almost like complexes folders when you start doing that.
Yeah.
Gone over, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank